Welcome to the course Python Programming for Beginners, Module 10 Dictionaries, Lecture 1. In this lecture, we will see the definition of dictionary, how to create and access the dictionary elements and built-in functions of dictionary. So let us discuss what is a dictionary. Dictionaries are Python's implementation of a data structure that is more generally known as associate array. A dictionary consists of collection of key value pairs. Each key value pair maps the key to an associated value. So dictionaries in Python is an unordered collection of elements. Dictionaries are mutable, so you can modify its item without changing their identity. Dictionaries are represented using curly brackets. You can define a dictionary by enclosing a comma separated list of key value pairs in curly braces. A colon separates each of the key from its associated value. We'll see what are the difference between the dictionaries and the list. Dictionaries and lists share the following characteristics. Both are mutable, both are dynamic, they can grow and shrink as needed, both can be nested. A list can either contain another list, a dictionary can contain another dictionary. A dictionary can also contain a list and also vice versa. Dictionaries differ from lists primarily in how elements are accessed. List elements are accessed by their position in the list via indexing. Dictionary elements are accessed via keys. Then we'll see how to create an empty dictionaries. Empty dictionary is created by simply using an empty empty curly braces, and then we can add the new keys and values one at a time to form a complete dictionary. Then there are some rules we need to follow for defining the keys. The keys should be unique, and if you mention the same key again, the old key will be overwritten, and key should be of immutable type. Like for example, we need to have only an integer or string or tuple data type, and it should not contain list or dictionary because they are considered as an mutable objects. Then we'll see how we can access the elements of the key. Since dictionaries are unordered collection of elements, so we don't get them by index like an index like a list variables. Then how do we get them? So a value is retrieved from the dictionary simply by specifying its corresponding key in the square bracket. Square bracket. So this statement simply will give the value that is associated for this key, that is 101, that is A. Similarly, the second statement will print the value associated with the key 102, that is B. And similarly, the third statement will print the value that is associated for the key 103, that is C. So if you refer a key that is not in the dictionary, then simply the Python will raises an exception. Next, we'll see how to modify the list. We can modify the existing value of the key by simply assigning a new value. So if here the key 102 contains a value B, so you can modify its existing value with the new value, that is Python, by simply assigning a new value to that key. So here goes the output. Now the B value is now updated with the Python keyword. Now next we'll see the update method, built-in method of the update method. But if you want to update an entry, you can just simply make use of, we can just assign a new value, or we can just merge a dictionary with another dictionary, or with an iterable of key value pairs. So here is an example. So if D1 is a dictionary with few elements, and D2 is also a dictionary with two elements, and now we just want to update this D2 to the dictionary D1. Now if you see, if a key is not present in the dictionary, then the key value pair is simply added to the dictionary. Like for example, here we have uh, D key in the dictionary D2 which is not present in the D1. So simply this D key is added to the dictionary D1. But if the key is already present in the dictionary, then its corresponding value will get updated. Like for example, here the B key is already there in the dictionary D1. So its value just simply gets updated. Now instead of 20, now its value it just gets updated to 200. So this is an output after adding the dictionary D2 to D1. Then we can similarly add an item to the dictionary just by mentioning a new key value pair into an existing dictionary. So if you mention a key which is already exist in a dictionary, then the value gets updated or modified rather than adding a new item. The new item may be added at any place in the dictionary. As dictionary, we know that it's an unordered collection of elements. So here 104 key is not present in the dictionary, so it just gets simply added to the dictionary. Now we can also delete an item from the dictionary. So to do that, we have a command called del command. So we can either delete a single item or we can also delete an entire dictionary. So if you want to delete a single item, so then this can simply delete by just mentioning its a key value, we can simply delete that item. Or if you want to delete entire dictionary, then you can just give only the dictionary object. So for the first statement, the output is just simply deletes the key 102 from the dictionary. And in the second example, so here we are deleting the dictionary, but when you are trying to access the dictionary object, then it just throw a name error because dictionary element is deleted. The dictionary object is also gets deleted with the using the del statement. No. We can also check whether a key is already exist in the dictionary or not. So for that we have operators called membership operators to check its existence. Key is already there to check the existence of the key in the dictionary. And the two types of membership operators are in and not in. So if you see one key is there in the dictionary, so just it returns a true, and 104 key is not in the dictionary, so it just returns a uh, true. And then we have another command called clear command, and this method is used to remove all the elements from the dictionary, but it does not remove the dictionary object from the memory. It just removes all the elements from the dictionary. And here is how we can make use of this clear method. We can call the clear method on the dictionary object. So when you call this clear method on the dictionary object, you just remove all the elements, leaving an empty dictionary which is represented with an empty parenthesis. Similarly, we have a copy command, and this method is used to copy all the elements from the existing dictionary into the new dictionary, and this is also called on the dictionary object. So here is an output, just it creates a new dictionary by copying all the elements from this existing dictionary. And we have a command called form keys method, which is used to create a new dictionary with the specified keys and the values. And this form keys method is called in the dictionary object, and it takes two arguments, keys and the value. So here is an example. We are just taking a key as a tuple with three values and value with the string Python. So you can just see here, it creates just a dictionary with a key 101 and its value has Python, and same like key 102 with value has Python, and key 103 with value has Python. And then the next important method is a get method, and this Python dictionary get method provides a convenient way of getting the value of a key from the dictionary without checking ahead of time whether the key exists or without raising any error. So this method just returns the value of the specified key, and it returns the associated value if it is found, but if it is not found, then it just returns a none. If the key is not found, then it has an optional. If it is having an optional value, argument is specified, then the value is written instead of none. So here is a syntax for the get method. So it just takes an key and the default value. So here the default value is an optional value. If here is an example. So we are just trying to get the specified value for value for the specified key, that is 104. Since 104 key is not present in the dictionary, so it just returns a none. But if you are specifying a default value for that key, and it just returns a default value. And then we have an items method, and this items method just returns a list of tuples containing the key value pairs in the dictionary. So the first item in each of the tuple is a key, and the second item is a key value in the output. So the pairs are just stored as a tuple in an object, and this is how we call the items method on the dictionary object. So dictionary object dot items method. So just it returns a key and its value in the form of an tuple. Key value pairs are written in the form of a tuple. So it just returns a list of tuples which is containing its key and also the value. And similarly we have a keys method. The keys method is just returns a sequence of keys from the dictionaries, and we can call on this keys method on the dictionary object. So it just returns an key list of that keys. And if you want to return, if you want to find out the sequence of values from the dictionary, then we have a method called values method, which returns a sequence of values from the dictionary. And you can also call this values method on the dictionary object. And here is the syntax: dictionary name dot values. So it just returns the values that are associated with the keys. And then we have a method called pop method, which is used to remove the item with a specified key, and it just returns the removed items value. But if the key is not found, then the default value is written. But if the key is not found and the default value is also not given, then it just simply shows a key error. So here is the syntax of the pop method. Pop method will take the key and the default value is an optional one. If the key is present in the dictionary, then it just returns that value associated to that key, and it just removes its key from the dictionary and just returns the item's value. And if the key is not present, then it just returns an default value. If the key doesn't have any default value, then it just shows the key error. Then we have a method called pop item, which is used to remove the item which was last inserted into the dictionary, and it also removes the removed item in the form of a tuple, and pairs are returned in an last in first out order. And here is the syntax of using the pop item method, and then just it returns the value output in the form of an key, in the form of an tuple. Then we have another method called set default method. This method returns the value of specified key. If the key is not found, then it just inserts a key with the specified value. So here is the syntax of using the set default method. It just takes key and a value as an input. But if the key is not there, then it just simply inserts the key with the specified value. Then we can have also have a nested dictionary. Like we have a nested list, nested tuples. Like we have also have a nested dictionary. A dictionary within another dictionary, usually we called as an nested dictionary, or nesting of a dictionary. So this is the syntax how we can nest the dictionary. So we have a dictionary one, and then the value itself is an value itself will specify the key value pairs, and dictionary 2 is a key and the value itself is a key value pairs. So we can also create an empty nested dictionary by simply just specifying the empty square brackets. So here dict1 is an empty key, and then it just specifying then empty dictionary. Again we have one more dictionary with the empty elements. So this is an example of creating a nested dictionary. So here we have the key and its value, and again we have a dictionary which its value itself, again it's having a key value pairs. If you want to access the nested dictionary, then we need to access using the square bracket. So in the first statement, it just prints the value associated with this course key, that is Python, and this, in the second statement, it just prints the value that is associated with the fees key, that is 15,000, and then the third element itself is a dictionary. So you need to access the elements using the two square brackets. The first square bracket index the dictionary, and again in the second square bracket represents the within the dictionary key within that dictionary. So this third statement will just prints the Java, and then the fourth statement again it just prints the value associated with this fees case, that is 10,000. So we can also modify the nested dictionary, like a single dictionary. We can also modify the nested dictionary. So here we can see an example. Value for this course key is just modified with the machine learning, and similarly if you want to modify the value for this fees key, so you can just modify by making use of the two square brackets. First square brackets indicates the dictionary element, and the second indicates the key of that dictionary element. And here is the output after modifying the key scores and also the key fees. We can also use the comprehension on the dictionaries. So dictionary comprehensions represents how we are creating a new dictionary from an iterable object, and we can do that in a single within a single line. And so here is a syntax of creating the comprehension of the dictionaries. So for each of this variable, it takes in an iterable object, this expression will get executed, and then it just creates a key value pair. So here is an example of creating a dictionary. So here just created a list with tuples. So we are just iterating over the tuple, and then we are converting that into form of a key value pair. And in the second example, for each value of n in the iterable 0 to 9, this expression gets evaluated, and then key value pairs are formed. So in the first iteration, n is 0, so this expression gets executed. So key becomes 0 becomes the key, and 0 into 2 becomes its value. And in the value, then this, and then second iteration, n value is 1, and key becomes 1, and its value is 1 into 2, that is 2. So likewise, it just keep on iterating for 9 values. In the third example, we can see here, for each value of n, if this condition is true, then only this expression will get executed. So for n value 0, n mod 2 is 0, which is true. So if this condition is true, then this expression will get executed. So 0 will become the key, 0 into 2 will become the value associated to the key 0. And in the second iteration, n value is 1, this condition fails, again it checks iterated for the third value, and then if this condition checks, if the condition is true, then only this expression gets executed and key value pairs are generated. And in the fourth example, you can see there is a nested if here. If this condition is true, and also if this condition is all true, then only this statement will get executed. So for example, for n value equals to 0, if n modulus 2 is 0 true, and 0 modular 3 is also true, so this expression gets evaluated. So here the key is 0, and its value is associated to it is also 0. So this represents a nested if. We can also make use of the comprehensions with if-else statement, and here is an example of using how to use an if-else statements with a comprehension. So if for each value of I in this range, if this condition is true, then this will become a value for this associated key, or else this will become a value for the associated key. Like for example, for I value 0, this condition is true, so its associated value will be even and the key is 0. And in the second iteration, I value is 1, so this condition is false, so the associated value for the key I is an invalid. So likewise, it just keep on checks the condition, and then for I values from 0 to 9. Thank you all for